While the rabbits and the chickens are free ranging and hanging out, I wanted to come check on the blueberries. It has been a while. I've not picked near as many as I was hoping to, mainly just because we've been so busy. But wow. Oh, there's a wasp. I got stung by a wasp the other day at Jessica's. Those things are kind of vicious. I didn't realize just how territorial they were. Certainly have a lot of blueberries. Whoa, those are so good. I've got to come pick these and freeze them. Check this out. Look at all of those. Look at that. I've got to make it a priority to get some of these. So the mammoth sunflower that Nathan planted has finally bloomed way up top. I mean, I wonder how tall that thing is. We really need to measure it. That is insane. Some of these over here are pretty big too. Look at that. That's crazy. The sunflowers that we have been planting out at Jess and Maya's, they are just magnificent. I actually took a photo. We went over there the other night. I'll try to pop some of those in here you guys can see. It's so funny too. So, you know, Nathan planted the mammoth. I loved the mammoth. I thought they were really pretty. But the flowers that we planted out there, they were just these shorter little, like literally 2 or 3 foot tall sunflowers. And they produced just the cutest, you know, little, you know, head. I don't know. They were just really cool. And I have found that when the sunflowers start to get that big, they just get, you know, really top heavy. And so a lot of times you'll see them, they'll get super, super big and it's just completely like collapse over. I mean, I don't really love that. Although the heads are really big, if you're wanting to save seeds, I think mammoth is a really good option just because you get so many seeds in there. However, I don't actually know that I'm gonna plant mammoths next year because I actually prefer them to be a little bit smaller. I found that they don't, you know, fall over and the stalks don't bend and things like that. And obviously when they're that tall, they're just for looks in the pollinators. I'm not gonna be cutting them. I'm not gonna be selling them. I'd have to have like a huge ladder, and then some of these I don't even know that I could reach, you know? And so obviously I'm not gonna go through all of that trouble for the flowers. And so I have found, I think the white knight, maybe white light. I'll look up the variety and pop it up here on the screen. Those I absolutely love. I think they are so, so beautiful. We have some of those planted out there. They haven't bloomed yet, but I am like impatiently waiting until those start to open up. There was once a walkway down there. As you guys can see, I have not got anything done in the garden yet. We've been working on a lot of house stuff, but that is on the list for later this week, is to start cleaning off some of the trellises. Look, I found a bunny rabbit. Hey little guy, are you cool enough in here? So I'd mentioned in our last vlog that our bunnies had gotten out. Now, if you guys can remember when we got our rabbit tractor that my friend Sean built, it was a trial. That was actually a chicken tractor. I actually did an additional video with Sean talking all about it. We've made a lot of modifications, a lot of tweaks. However, that was a chicken tractor and we were just experimenting to see if we could make that work for the rabbits. And what we found was the rabbits were digging out. Is primarily the biggest issue. We were moving them every single day and just all night long they would dig out, and then when we would wake up in the morning they would be out. So that was a huge issue, was digging out. Another issue was their legs kept getting caught when we moved them. When we had, before we had the wood slats, we kind of had like hardwood cloth. So now we still have the wood slats and we laid down this plastic netting, hoping that their feet wouldn't come through it, they wouldn't be able to dig out, all these other things. Needless to say, as you can tell by all the little bunnies hopping around, they got out. However, this is one of those things that Nathan and I have been talking about. We've been trying to figure out the logistics of all of it. And I think that we've shared with you guys where Jessica and Jeremiah, if you guys have been following their channel, we're moving there. I'm pretty sure most of you guys know that, but maybe if you're new and you just started following us, we are moving and buying our friend's farm, and we are extremely, extremely excited. So where they have turkeys right now, Nathan has a dream of turning that into a rabbit colony. And essentially what that looks like is digging a trench all the way around, putting some sort of metal in there to where they cannot actually dig out. We do have a friend who has done this, and they all kind of co-mingle together. And then we will build these little burrows for them to be able to go into. We will have like little nesting boxes, you know, if we're breeding and they're trying to have babies, where they are safe and everything like that. But it is a way we prefer to raise our rabbits. Right now we have our breeders in the hutches that we do not prefer, and the whole idea of moving them, you know, and trying to make a rabbit tractor work was that we really wanted our rabbits to, one, be on the ground, and two, have access to fresh grass every single day. However, rabbits are natural diggers. We have found some issues with this, but we do still believe it can be done. And so our option right now would be to move our rabbit tractor situation into the backyard there, knowing that they're gonna dig and they're gonna get out, and we're just gonna have to re-catch them. And we really don't want to do that. Also, the logistics is we have got about 6 breeders right now in the hutches that we have nowhere to put when we move. So we cannot mix the females together because they're dominant, and that doesn't go very well. So there's been a lot of things we've been having to think through and figure out when it comes to moving. And we have had a friend reach out to us and ask if we had rabbits available. And so Nathan and I have thought about it, and just with the issues that we're having with the rabbits getting out all the time, the logistics of moving and not having a place for them right away, we have decided to get rid of our rabbits temporarily. So we will not actually be moving them. We have got all of our breeders we're going to be giving away to some friends so that they can use them when we do get our rabbit colony done, and done the right way. We won't be rushed because, you know, we won't be in a situation where we're like, oh, we've got to have somewhere to place them, and so we do a job that we don't really feel good about. We can take our time, get the whole setup the way we want to, plant grass in that area and have it come up and established, which is really Nathan and I's vision. We don't want to have animals just for the sake of having animals. We want to have animals that we feel well about how they're being raised, that they're being raised sustainably. And you guys know, like, that's just a huge passion of ours, is to treat our animals well. We don't love the situation that we have right now for them. We don't want to temporarily implement that just to be able to move them when this just isn't really the setup that we want. And so we've decided to get rid of our rabbits. Our friends who we got them from will have new breeders that we will just buy when we get ready and start the whole process over again. And honestly, I'm not that sad. I feel really good about this decision because I know when we get back into this, we will be better equipped, and we'll also have a game plan, and we'll be able to implement a system that we feel really good about. And if I'm being completely honest, that's one less thing we have to move. That's one less animal we have to worry about, which is honestly kind of makes me feel good. It just takes a little bit of the weight off of it. But I did want to give you guys an update. You guys have been asking a lot about what's going on. We've been doing so much to get ready to move. There will be a video later this week talking about that. I'll share all the new upcoming details with you guys. The rabbits are obviously a huge update we wanted to share with you guys. But there's a lot of things in the garden that need to be harvested. So let's walk around, grab some stuff. I really need to make dinner. So let's grab some stuff for dinner. Look at that radish, you guys. That, my friends, is a daikon radish. Look at this. Oh my word. Wow. I mean, oh my goodness, that's insane. These are the daikon radishes from Johnny's. They are some of my favorite radishes. They taste the best. These probably taste a bit woody if I had to guess, just because they've been out here for a while. These will probably go to the rabbits. They're probably tasting a little spicy. These are definitely something I'm gonna be growing in the tunnel this fall. I'll be planting a large portion of the bed, one of the beds in the tunnel, with just like root vegetables. So carrots, radishes, beets. I will probably only be growing these daikon radishes just because they're my favorite. These leaves are pokey. Look at that, this thing is huge. I mean, my goodness. So I will definitely be growing these in the tunnel. They're probably my most favorite radish. I definitely have to recommend these for sure. Also, something else I wanted to show you guys. I had planted some purple potted beans that I got from a viewer a while ago on one of these trellises that I try to grow those cucumbers on. And one of the plants ended up being this really pretty variegated color that I really wanted to show you guys. Look at that. Isn't that so pretty? So these haven't produced any beans yet, but they're climbing, so I'm actually not going to clean this trellis off. I'm going to leave these because I just planted those not that long ago. My goodness. Look at that guy. That's the Kellogg's breakfast. Pink boar. These are so pretty. Oh gosh, we got so many beans. We need to grab some of those too. Look at all those. I think I'm gonna grab some of these to cook with dinner as well. We have been eating a lot of the noodle beans. I've been letting a lot of them dry. But usually when we cook the noodle beans, we saute them up with just some green beans. We've got mushrooms. I'm trying to get some of the smaller ones back here. Take that and add it to the dinner pot. All right guys, there's an update on some of the things that are going on with us. I love that the garden is like so just done and food is still producing. It is one thing that truly does blow me away. Every year I grow a garden. You can go out to your garden where I am in August. The garden's just really starting to die. You're starting to have a lot of disease. It's just hot. You're kind of over it. If you're anything like me, like usually this year's a little different. I've been a little hands-off in the garden, so I don't feel like I'm over it like I usually am. However, it's just so crazy. I mean, I've got all these beans. I am gonna try to salvage some of those radishes, but I mean, I still have to harvest more of these. That's not gonna be enough for dinner. But I just love it. The garden's so beautiful. I'm trying to just soak in every little bit I can, but I wanted to give you guys an update on the rabbits, where we are. We are making progress on the move. The next vlog will give you guys an update on some of the things that are going on. But thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'll talk to you soon.